So we're here in Avon, Indiana for a railroad family day, more of a employee appreciation day. We're going to be setting up 4 rides here. The gondola wheel, we've got the SCAT, which is a ride that we are going to focus on, our giant fun slide, and our carousel is on the road heading here. So we're doing this, and it's going to be a big setup day. We got a lot of stuff going on. The SCAT definitely focusing on that. We're going to cover everything. Setup and all these rides, and a really big employee appreciation day for this railroad. The setup is a little bit rocky. They came out here and they've got dozers, rollers. I think this was a kind of like a brushy wooded area, and they got all this prepared for us for the event. But the terrain is still really rocky. It's very stable. That's what we're focused on, is the stability. So we know that it's been rolled and that the ride is going to be upright and it's going to be safe like that. That was a factor. We wanted to make sure that the terrain was going to support the rides. And I feel great about it. They did a great job getting this area prepared. There's going to be a lot of other things here. There's going to be tents. They've got restrooms already here, and these rides. So we've got a nice, stable area to set rides. A little bit rocky, but we're going to make it happen. I lay these rides out, I try to make everything look good. So it's not just about where to put the rides so people can get on and off them. I try not to isolate the rides. I try not to have them way out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, of course, if our client tells us where to put it, that's one thing. But we have free reign of this area. The only thing is, I don't know where the tents are going. I don't know what else is happening here. I don't have a lot of event details, so I'm going to try to place everything so it looks good for photos. So it gives the riders a nice view when they're on the Ferris wheel. They can see everything and see everybody. I try to keep everyone close. I believe that if you isolate the rides, they're not going to be popular. I think that they have to be the center of attention, and they have to be in an area where there's always going to be a lot of people. So that's what I'm trying to do, and guesswork. We don't have our generator yet. The railroad is supplying us the generator to run these rides. Don't have that yet. So we can't really start setting up. We're very limited. Trying to get what we can done. So we're going to get the rides spotted. I'm going to try to do the best that I can. I'm thinking that the slide might go in that area there. Everyone kind of pointing towards one direction in the center. We still have gravel coming in here on this other side, which I'm not liking all the dirt and dust, It's not good for the rides, but we're making it work. We're learning, you know, we've only had it on a few jobs since we've owned it. One of the things I learned when I backed up to it today is it doesn't have any parking brakes. It doesn't have the spring brakes on it, so when I back into it, it moves. So I had to hook my air lines to it to get it to hold still for me to back in and hook the truck to it. So we'll know that we need to block the wheels on this ride when it's into position. It has 4 really good jacks on all the corners, so it's going to be, once we get it in spot, I don't believe it's going to move. I have no worries about that. So we're back here at the back of the SCAT, and as we're putting the blocking, you know, we like to look under, take a look and see how everything rode on all the way here. I think we came 550 miles to get to this location, so it's a decent haul. And we noticed some oil seepage around the brake lining in the wheel here in the back of the SCAT. And usually when you have oil seepage in that area, it means that you've got not just a seal issue, but it means that the bearing obviously has loosened up, so the bearing's possibly worn, and that causes the seal on the housing of the axle out there to start leaking. When it leaks, once your oil is out, your bearing is no longer lubricated and you're in trouble. It could actually lead to the whole wheel falling off on the highway, which would be catastrophic, super dangerous. So I'm glad Mike caught this. Mike was looking at it and he spotted it and said he saw the seepage, and sure enough, we're going to get a roadside mechanic out here to do this work while the ride is set up, so it'll be seamless. It won't really affect us at all. So this is what we've got. You can see this is the rear axle, and we've got seepage inside here where the brakes are. when the bearing gets loose and it starts leaking, you get it around the brake. So not only does that lessen your braking back here, but when that thing leaks completely out, that's when we have a complete failure of the bearing. So not a big deal. This is the way to find it. It is those that just ignore these things and keep driving down the road that are the ones that have the biggest trouble. Right now, we caught it in just the nick of time, and I think we can get it fixed. So this is the outer part, the hub seal here, and you pull this plug out here, and this is where you refill the oil. And there's a sight glass that's a little bit covered in grease that you can't see, and that gives you your level. So I can't really see it right now to check it, but we've got roadside service going to come out, take a look at it. Now I'm going to make sure that we've got a connection, that all of our breakers are right. It appears to be right. Now we're going to go around back and raise the back basket. So at the same time, we've got our service happening to get this hub taken care of and get these bearings fixed. And we're going to work on setting the back of this ride. We're going to stand up this basket. So if you're looking at it from the side here, you'll see there's a hydraulic cylinder over there, and we're pulling the back pins out, and we're going to raise this up. That's going to give us the original angle that goes to this ride, and we'll pin it here, and then this cylinder is going to come back down when we're done with it. Looking in here, we have got oil all over the brakes. We definitely had a problem, so we're taking it apart now. Hopefully we get it fixed. The seal that went bad rubs in this area here. So if the bearing was loose, the seal was rubbing and it tore the seal up. What we've done is we each of these, I would say, gondolas, they have 2 braces for transport. We took the braces out, and now everything spins, so the whole ride is ready to go. The only thing is we're still waiting on the parts to come back for our axle seal and the bearings and the brakes. So we don't want to move it around too much and do any testing. So we're going to let this guy finish his job, and we're going to go work on another ride.